I don't know if we're gonna be able to get this messy bun in the shot. Can you guys see it? Okay. Hey guys, what is up? It is Autumn here at the Literature Bug, and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Autumn. I'm glad you're here. If you're coming back, you're thebomb.com. So first of all, happy November to you all. October is well and good. I hope you had the best Halloween. I myself did some amazing makeup, I have to say. I actually have been wanting to do this for years. I've been wanting to dress up as the Mad Hatter, and I finally got it together. So I'll try to insert some photos. And I would love to know / see photos and comments of what you guys did for Halloween this year. Do that if you feel inclined. I would love it. Today I am back with another book tag. I am here with my messy bun. I've got my scarf, my nice cozy scarf. I am wearing a sweater. And today I am doing the Pumpkin Spice Latte Basic Book Tag. This book tag was actually suggested for me to do by the Paperback Biker. I will link her channel down below. You guys should definitely check her out. She's absolutely hysterical and she's amazing. I love watching her videos myself, but I post a fall book tag, finally fall book tag, a couple weeks back, and she posted this in the comment section, and I was so into it. Like, I needed to do it because I thought hers was the best. So I watched the video, I grabbed the questions / categories that she came up with. So creative, so fun, and I can't wait to show you guys the books that I chose for the different categories. Basically, how she created the tag is she chose a different part of like a basic girl's wardrobe / like look, and she created questions or categories of books based on that. It is amazing. I keep saying it, but it is. And it really just inspires me. I think I might try to come up with a fun, creative, like, book related tag for Christmas time, because that is my favorite. As much as I love fall, the holiday, you can't beat it. So without further ado, I will thank the Paperback Biker for being so amazing, and you know, prompting me to do this, and I will get right into it. So the first category is, or the first item of clothing is leggings. So the question is, or the category is, tell us what about a book, I can't read. Tell us about a book that you ran out to buy or pre-order. Calypso by David Sedaris. This book I did not pre-order, but the second that it came out, I told Briar about it, and he ordered it for me on Amazon, I think it was. I think it was Amazon. But I had this immediately after it came out because it was very well anticipated in my world, my bookish world. Now that I own it, I'm obsessed. I thought of it immediately. Ooh. The second article is, what's a book that's not so great on the outside but pretty good on the inside? And this one, strangely, I struggled with. Like, I'm still kind of looking around, like I'm not sure. Like, I'm sure I own some ugly books. Look at that. But I just don't know. I'll have to get back to you guys on that one. I'm like really struggling. Obvious, like, boring covers, like any of the anthologies that I own, you're gonna see one in this video. Like, those are boring, but they're filled with good stuff, so maybe that will qualify. But I love that that's how she describes Uggs, because everyone wears them and they're really not like the best looking shoe you've ever seen in your life, but they're so cozy, and how can you not own a pair? Next is the Infinity Scarf. This one's not Infinity, but I own a million. It's just cold in my house because I like the windows to be open. Fresh, crisp air, you know what I'm saying? What's a book that went on way too long and felt like it was never gonna end? It makes me sad thinking about the book that I chose. I do not own it, and I don't know if I will buy it. It was very anticipated for me. It was Freaks by Amanda Hocking. First of all, I'll preface this by saying I have an obsession with American Horror Story. Anything that had to do with freak shows and circus after that, I was sold. I was into it. When I was reading it, I was so disappointed. It was decent, but it was like way too long. And there was no, like, there's nothing going on. It was like repetitive, and it just kept going and going and going, and I wasn't getting the hype. It just went on forever. I didn't like it. There aren't a lot of books that I really don't like, but that was one of them. I finished it, so props to me, but it wasn't my favorite. Next is a sweater. What book is at the top of your TBR right now? See What I Have Done by Sarah Schmidt. I'm almost finished as we speak, and I'm loving it. I definitely recommend this. It's super, I don't want to say fun because like the subject's not fun, but it's like a fun read. It hops between different narrators and I just love it. Next is The Messy Bun. Tell us one of your favorite books that was easy, cute, and fluffy. The Wizard of Oz. Because I love this story so much. Easy read, easy story to comprehend, super fun, unpredictable if it's the first time you've ever read it. This is the Great Illustrated Classics edition, which means that the freaking font is massive. Look. Look. This is an old one. Autumn Minery, red. Proof that I read it. I was into doing that once upon a time. And I still think that I should keep a reading log. Like I should have a specific notebook for every single book I read so that I know how many books I've read in my life. I'm on to something, I'm gonna do it. A classic. Next is Sunglasses. And this is a book that opened your eyes to something new. And for this category, I have chosen Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear. This is by Elizabeth Gilbert, who also wrote the popular book, Eat, Pray, Love. This book just speaks to me. It's everything that I needed about 2 months ago when I was just feeling a little bit down about some writing things and some job related issues, and she just like, it touched my soul. I was feeling like I wasn't good at what I was doing. I was never gonna be able to succeed in doing what I love for a living because it hasn't happened right now. And really just goes through all the processes of sort of just being your own authentic self, living your creative life, and not giving a shit about what other people think of it, which can be very difficult. I really enjoyed it, so you should check it out. Next is makeup. I've got it on. I'm almost completely back to my old routine now that I'm not sweating my ass off. I've actually got foundation on today. It doesn't always match my skin tone because I'm pale as a ghost. I feel like every year I feel like I go down another shade. Like the next level is porcelain. It's very sad. Like we're at ivory. And even that, a book with a great color combo on the cover. Binge by Tyler Oakley. Fan-friggin-tastic. The colors on the front I think are just amazing. It reminds me of the Big Magic one. They sort of got the same thing going on, but the reds and the blues and oranges. And for some reason, every time I look at this, I feel like it's like rocks and gemstones, but it's definitely candy wrappers. I don't know how I worked that out. Next is a manicure, which I do not have going for me right now. I just had to cut all my nails back because they're always a hot mess. It's a book with staying power. I don't think I wrote this one out right, so paperback biker, forgive me because this is not good. A book that you would reread is basically what I think it is. And for that one, I chose Fatelessness by Imre Kertész. This book might not be everyone's obvious pick for a reread because it's actually very devastating. This book takes place in the age of the Holocaust. It is about a 14-year-old George Koves who was plucked from his home in a Jewish section in Budapest and landed himself on a train to Auschwitz. And it is all about his time there and what happens to him after the camp is liberated and he is able to leave. This book I read in Holocaust Lit class, and I don't know why out of all of them, it just really stood out to me. I felt connected to the character from like the minute I started reading it, and I couldn't help but want to know what happened next, even though it was very emotional. There's also a movie. I think they changed it from Fatelessness to Fateless. I don't know. If you guys haven't read it, I definitely suggest it. That was a change in mood. We're hopping back to the good stuff, the perky stuff here. A cute bag. Yeah, I love a cute bag. I've got a couple of cute bags, but I always feel like I need at least one more. What book would you carry around with you and give a stranger to read? I was having trouble finding a copy of this book because, oh well, I have a really old copy, an old edition that I love up on my desk over there. I don't want to take it down, it's on the top shelf. But the book that I chose for this category is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn because it is a freaking favorite. Everyone should read it. I'm sorry. I don't care if you think it's boring. I don't care if you think it's dull. You need to read it. Perspective is important, history is important, and Mark Twain's the bomb, so whatever. This is a copy of the Norton Anthology of American Literature that I used in college, and the Huck Finn section is in here, which is why I'm showing it to you. Not that it really helps you visualize the book at all, but yeah, Huck Finn, along with The Outsiders, are books, and Gatsby. Huck Finn, Gatsby, The Outsiders. 3 of my favorite books of all times, and I would give them to any stranger to read because I think each one of them does something very different, but very important, and I'm an advocate. So the second to last item on our list here that all basic white girls will have is an iPhone. What book were you glued to or couldn't put it down? I had two thoughts immediately about this one. One is a book that I do not have yet, which is on my Christmas list for this year, but one that I talked about on the channel, and that is The Suffering Tree by El Cazimano. That one, couldn't put it down. And the second is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. This book, it's funny that they're both in the same, it's in the same video as The Wizard of Oz, because that is what is a retelling of, but obsessed. Like, I saw it and I was like, is this concept for real? Is this concept for real? Like, Dorothy's evil. She's the devil. Okay, fine. So I sat down at Books A Million and I read this whole book in literally 2 days. Briar was going to school in Maine, and when he was going to class in Portland, he would drop me off at the bookstore, and I would spend a few hours in there at a time, having a scone, having a coffee or tea, drinking some book, reading some books, and taking some notes. And this one was one that I devoured, so I recommend this for any retelling fans. Last but not least, which is returning us to the title of the tag, the Pumpkin Spice Latte Basic Book Tag, is the Pumpkin Spice Latte. I wish I had one. Every time I try to film in here, there's some sort of banging, or police officers, or people yelling, or the cat's jingling, or whatever. Sorry for the noise, they're doing construction outside. Starbucks does a good one, but I have to tell you, I'm from Dunkin' Donuts. I'm from Dunkin's. I'm from New England, and I always go to Dunkin' Donuts first, 1, because it's cheaper, and 2, because I feel like if you're gonna drink coffee, like, coffee's coffee. I don't know, I've never been a real, like, coffee girl until this last year, because Briar corrupted my soul. But it all sort of tastes around the same. I feel like the pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks is a little bit more rich, maybe a little bit more real instead of like the syrup or whatever, but I don't know. Any pumpkin spice latte is good for me, girl. A book that drew you in because of food or drink in the cover or in the story. Again, here you are catching me looking around. I don't know if I do, but I will mention one book that I don't own and I haven't read, but every time I'm at a bookstore and it's on the sale thing, it stands out to me, and that's Love and Gelato. I don't know who that book is by. I'll have to check. But it's got ice cream cones on the front, and I'm obsessed with ice cream. If I could eat it all the time, I would, but I don't have the metabolism for that or the genetics, so we're gonna pass. I've heard some good things. I've heard that people love it. I've heard that people hate it. It's one of those ones that I probably would pick up next summer just because I feel like it's more of a summer read. I think it's contemporary. But yeah, guys, fall is still happening right now. The first day of winter is not until the 21st of December, which is right before Christmas. I didn't know that until the other day. It's gonna start feeling a lot like winter, and we're probably gonna get snow before Christmas, but I hope you guys are still digging fall. I hope you're digging your scarves, your sweaters, you're wearing your hair in the basic bun, and you're doing all sorts of basic things. I'm talking pumpkin spice candles, pumpkin carving, pumpkin picking, anything that's got to do with a pumpkin, apple picking, crunching leaves, anything you can think of. I hope you guys are enjoying it for real. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you would like to see more bookish content from me every single week, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and come hang out with me every week. I love to hear your guys' opinions, your comments, your thoughts down below. Love to chat and get to know you and go on this fun journey with you here on BookTube. So I will talk to you guys later, but for now, I will let you go. Bye!